Today I'm going to listen to this piece by American composer Christopher Poovey for hi-hat and electronics. It's called Within Waves and was composed in 2020. I'm guessing like right at the height of the pandemic. You need a hi-hat, 8 thimbles, beeswax, two dynamic microphones placed on either side, the max patch, obviously. I guess it's live electronics. 8 speakers minimum. Um, Digital audio converter capable of 8 channel output, and if possible, a high density speaker array is preferred. I like how concise all this is. Um, yeah, that's pretty big requirements, like in terms of putting it on, but I think aside from stereo in the sort of electroacoustic world, 8 channel is probably the next most common format. Some symbols, so pedal press, chaotic scraping, smooth scrape, rolling fingers on the cymbal, rubbing the cymbal. Um, a lot of these look like sort of articulations that are going to be above the staff, and they seem to be very carefully designed, maybe in Adobe Illustrator or something. Oh, maybe they are the note. Okay, so it's sort of like a spectral notation where the note head extends into these things. Okay, cool. Pretty open. So like each system is 16 seconds long. He has the sides of the hi-hat divided into 2 staves, so kind of like one for each hand. This performance is by, what does it say? Nick B. I'm not sure the last name, but it's a performance at Electronic Music Midwest, um, which is a sort of like fairly big electronic music festival, which alternates between two small colleges in the Midwestern US. This was the one in Romeoville. I believe the other one is in Kansas City, Kansas. I'm gonna just give this a listen. It's a bit longer than I expected based on the score, but I guess it's like a minute per page of score. So I'll see you in 9 minutes, and I highly encourage you to click on the link to this in the video description and have a listen yourself. Okay, yeah, so this was an interesting performance. You really get I really got the pitch of this hi-hat stuck in my head over the course of the piece. But there was a pretty good variety of sounds. I like the beeswax moment towards the end of the piece. I'm not used to hearing like friction type sounds on hi-hat, and it's kind of cool. Um, yeah, it all seems very well put together and clearly something that Chris like worked out himself on an actual hi-hat. It sort of made me think of another UNT person. This Professor Panayiotis Kokoros has a cymbal piece that's also kind of this length. And yeah, it's like there's oddly like a bit of a repertoire. I don't know. I also had I also saw this piece at a workshop in Montreal uh, by Laura Schwartz, which was like a hi-hat and electronics piece. So I was more like a hi-hat and video piece. But you could program a whole concert with this sort of limited percussion setup, and I think it'd be fairly interesting. I can't say I have too much to say about it. I'm noticing that Chris likes these sort of segmented forms with his pieces where they're sort of not, they kind of are in multiple movements, but also not. So that's kind of interesting about this piece. I realize now that I skipped over a vibraphone piece. Um, so that's what we'll do next for episode 200. I think.